Hello, welcome to this presentation. From now, I'm going to explain about a simple and practical database management for field questionnaire survey. So I'm just using the two application. One is a Libre Base, and also as a one is a Google Form. So, okay. So this is the contents I'm going to explain from now. First one is an introduction to the database for the field survey and tools at a glance, and questionnaire survey paper, Google Form for data input, LibreBase for the data check and the correction. About the introduction to the database for the field survey. So this is a very generic process to how to conduct the field survey, also data input. When you go into the field, have an interview with beneficiaries, then their opinions or situations are actually captured, also they're recorded on the paper. And after that, this paper questionnaire form is input into the database. So either this kind of is a database software, then later on, it's aggregated into that tabulation form. Then finally, you can get those analyzed data. So this is a sequence of the field survey and also data input and analysis. So this presentation actually focusing on the data input check and the correction, this part, okay? Then what tools are we using now? So for data management, there are so many applications available for you. So you can see that the Microsoft Access and Excel, SPSS, and the Libre database, and the Libre Calc, and the R commanders. So just let me pointers, okay. And also the Google Form and the Google Sheet. Then, so left side, it's kind of the generic process of the how we manage data. You need to input data, and you need to check the data, and you need to correct the data and aggregate summation of data and the final analysis. Then to data input, you need kind of this Access and Libre. By the way, this left side, I mean, in the Microsoft Access, Excel, SPSS, though they are very standard software application, but it costs, it has a price. But there are another alternative. So for example, you have the Google Forms and Google Sheet. It's kind of online. And also in offline, you have the Libre Base and the Libre Calc, and also the R commander. Okay. Then before going to explain about what database, so I like just to share what the difference between the spreadsheet and the database software. So there's a very simple example. So this is a database. For example, I just use the example of the Microsoft Access. And the other one, the spreadsheet, Microsoft Excel. So one of the big difference, especially for the you to input data, Microsoft Access, you have a kind of interface over here, but it's a Microsoft Excel. It's kind of tabulation data. So it means that when you go into the, for example, you input the data. So Excel is actually you input data. It's data itself. So you can input data. So data itself actually appeared as it is. But however, when they input data, so database software, so for example, the Access, you have an interface. So it means that not only tabulation data, you can set up this interface. So for you to easy to input data. So you can see this guy. It's actually that's very tired because sometimes you need to input some kind of format. It's not necessarily be the tabulation. Sometimes one page, one by page, page by page. So since that the database software, we have the kind of interface over here. So it's for him to easy to input data. Okay. So there are actually so many type of the application. So for me, the best combination is a data input, check, and correction. I use actually the data Google form and also LibreOffice database. Okay. So I just combined those of the 4 application to get the data input. And for data aggregation and the data analysis, so I use the Excel, and also R Commander. This is the best combination for me. So first you put the data in the Google form, later extract it to the Google Sheet. This data sheet is actually expose the Calc, Libre Calc, then later expose to the Libre base, then finally actually extract it out to the Excel. So this is actually combination, the best combination for me. Okay. So just I explained that what the difference of the Google Form, Google Sheet, and Excel, and also sorry, Google Libre Calc and the Libre Base. So Google Form is a kind of the online data collection management tool, easy to develop the simple data input management. And since it's online, you can workable in a team. So you just share the URL, so anyone can input data like this. Okay. Then also the updated on time, the easy to monitor. But however, it has some weakness. So it's have a weakness in data management. You can't actually check or you can't correct the data directly from the Google form. Beside, you have the Google Sheet. Google Sheet, again, this is an online spreadsheet like Excel. Actually, this actually link to the Google form, link to the Google Sheet. So when you collect data, if you input data in the Google form, it actually can be stored as a Google Sheet like this. So this data is going to be stored like this. So you can check the data, correct data on table. If the data itself, you don't have so many data, you have maybe just 10 or 20 forms, I mean, it's okay. You can just check it one by one. But however, if you don't know to use the Google form, it's very difficult to check. So no function of the creating interface. You have to check the one by one. That's why you go back to the, you can see this guy. So only have the kind of the spreadsheet. You have to check one by one manually. So it's really hurting your eyes actually. Okay. Now, so you need a kind of the Libre database. So this database is offline database application. It's kind of the MS Access. I normally use MS Access, but recently I changed to the Libre base because it's free. So when you introduce the database to your friends and the colleagues, actually the Microsoft Access, some people don't have the Microsoft Access. So actually it's very difficult to introduce them, but it's free, so it's easy to use them. So, and also you can see there's a create the interface like this. It's very beautiful interface. And so since it has an interface, so it's in other words form, so useful for the data management. You can check, you can correct directly from here. So, but one with the not weakness, one with difficulty, you have to beat time to the skill. You need the skill to actually operate it. Okay, and you have also the Libre Calc. This is an offline spreadsheet application like MS Excel. It's free. Then this time, Libre Calc is used only for the transfer the data from the Google to Libre base. Okay, so I just will explain how to do it later on. Okay, so this is actually there are three so-called tools. One is a questionnaire sheet and Google form, Libre base. So how can we use? Can I use it? So of course, data gathering, the interview. Of course, the paper is best, but it's when you go to data input, Google form is best. Okay, and but it's data check is at the Libre base is the best. But there another tricky situation is that sometimes when you have a smartphone on your hand, you can actually use the Google Form directly to the data input. But however, you can see there under the sun, sometimes it's very difficult to put in data in a smartphone. Sometimes it's better to put in a paper. Okay, so Google Form actually since it's workable in a computer, it's better to the first paper, later going to your home or office to the data input. Okay, so this is for myself. This is the best combination of how we construct, database system. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to explain about the questionnaire survey paper. Okay, so, okay, let me just, okay. So this time I just prepared this very simple example, life extension, life satisfaction survey data as a questionnaire. Okay, yes. Okay, you have a name and also the year of birth and gender, and also tick the items, assets. Okay, are you satisfied? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what makes people this more like a kind of descriptive. And finally, you have this one. Okay, oh, sorry. Yeah, it's date. Okay. So first you have to categorize them to the several items, okay? Then first you need this one is a text, okay? Then this one is a number, okay? So, and this one is since a male, female, other, this is a choice question. And number 4 is a kind of a tick. So you can tick like this. So you can tick as many as you want. So that means one or more actually choices. That means multiple choices. Then this one is of course a choice 1. You can choose the other one. And finally, it's this one, the text, but it's one of difference. Name text not longer than maybe 100. Yeah, but it's this text can be longer than the 100 letters. So that means it can be more sentences needed. And finally, this part is kind of this one, date. Okay. So when you construct a database, you have to differentiate those of the categorization. Yeah. Then you can just think about what kind of the setting is necessary. Okay. Okay, let's go to the Google from now. Okay. So now we imagine we have this kind of the data questionnaire sheet that we want to use it for the database system. Okay. So now we're going to use a Google form. So let's go to Google form and Google sheet. Okay. So they have the Google form and from here. Okay. Just to change it. Okay. Okay, so now I just use my computer. Okay, so that's my computer screen. So now we have, okay, this one is at the questionnaire sheet. Okay, questionnaire sheet. Then I want to use it for use this for the data input. Okay, then I'm going to now open. Okay, open. Okay, Google. Okay, I just change it. Okay, so now I just use a Google form. So there's a simply Google form. Okay, now you're going to go Google form here. Okay, then this is a starting point. So you can just start with a Google form, use the Google form. Okay, so first you can start this blank sheet. So sometimes I go back to the this word form. So first question. So now the title. is a life satisfaction survey. So I just put here. And now you can do that copy and paste. Copy, or then you just go in there. Okay, then simply paste. Okay, so it give you that the title of this questionnaire. I mean the database. Okay, okay. So you want to put some description. You can put this is a sample database or something like that. Okay. Now next question. So first question, your name. Okay. So simply what I do is copy and paste. So I just use the control key and plus C, control key and plus C. Okay, control key and plus C. I just put here. I just control key and plus V. So it's your name. Okay. Okay. So since it's your name is appeared here, so the Google form can choose that maybe appropriate the categorize the section. For example, this time they choose a short answer. There are several way of the setting the form. So first is short answer, next paragraph, multiple choice, checkbox, pull down menu, or file upload. And okay, now back to the okay. Oh, sorry. Just okay. So this one. Then now linear scale, multiple choice, checkbox grid. This time, as you know that your name is, of course, the short answer. Okay. Then there are other description. For example, if you want to make sure that this part is not be blank, so this part should be filled always, you just put required. Okay. But if you want to leave it for the blank, it's okay. So not required. That means it's up to you. So how flexible you are. Okay. So you want to be this part should be required. Yes. But sometimes the questionnaire sheet does not have that. It's something leave it blank. That time it's okay. You can blank it. And also here, there's the description. Description you want to put, for example, please fill first name and family. So you can put you can add some kind of description over here. Okay. And or you can some the response validation. Okay. Here you can choose it should be number, or should be the text, or should be the length of the sentence, and also some regular expression. Okay. So you can actually control the data inputs, but this time this is okay. This is the text. Okay. Okay, so there's no restriction, so that's why I just off the line here. Okay, so anyway, you can choose those of line. So that's why you need to know what kind of the answer you want to put. Okay. So next one, we're going to the year of birth, copy, and year, paste, year of birth. Okay, so year of birth. So now automatically it gives the short answer. Then we know this one should be the number, right? So we know that this one, as you show, so this one is the numerical, okay? So it means you need to change it, or you need to control it. So it's supposed to have the number, okay? And also since that the year of birth is not greater than, or you can minimize. There's nobody can be born like 18th century or something. So that's why you can put this one between. For example, you can say 900 and 220, for example. Okay, so that you can just restrict the number of the data input, so you can avoid irregular number. It's the input here. Okay. Then second, the next one is that the gender. Okay, gender. So I put in here a copy and Control V, gender. So it can add, so there it shows a multiple choice. Actually, the Google form automatically chooses which one is which. So if you happy with that, it's okay. Then again, this part, you can add all, you can automatically add. But you want to change sometimes. No, this time we can find it. The male is first. So I wanted to change like this. So I want this. Yeah. And prefer not to say, so there's nothing to ask like this. So the other, so I just click on here, the closed. So that means that there are 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there are others. Okay. So that's okay. The next, this time is a pre-tick on the item that you own. So it's a multiple choice. So you can see this is a kind of this multiple choice. Eh? So should be different from the choice 1 question. Okay, so I just put in a add question here, Control V. Okay, now the checkbox is appeared. Okay, so this time, so so checkbox, you can type it one by one, but sometimes you have so many lists. So in that case, sometimes I use this way. Okay, copy. Okay, first you copy, then you can open the memos note. Okay, note, then copy paste. So you have this list. So down, 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 delete, delete, done. Then copy, and again, here's a copy. Here is a copy. Then you go to the form. Here is a paste. Control V. So it has this listed. Okay, this is very useful. Sometimes you have so many, like plenty of the list of the city's name. Yeah, so you don't have to put input data. Then sometimes you can validation. For example, you want to select at least one or select at the most only two, select two, you can restrict the numbers select. But this time I don't put any restriction here, okay? Okay. Then finally, not finally, this is last, next one is how are you satisfied in your life now? Coffee, and okay, add, paste. Yeah. So this is a list. So it's now up to you. But this time again, you have so many questions. So that, okay, yes, very much. Okay, so just like the copy. So sometimes you just check it whether it works. Then I think it's actually long. So sometimes you need to delete unnecessary space even here. Okay, then copy, copy, Control C, and here paste. So nicely done. Then if you want to put other, you can put other. But this time we don't have, you don't need the other, this part. Okay. 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 Then next one is what makes people happy, being satisfied in life. This one is a sentence. Okay, copy. Okay, and add question, paste. Then so it's not multiple choice. This time, not short answer. We need a kind of paragraph. Okay, paragraph. Okay, this one also you can say response validation. You can length, minimum or maximum. So you can if you want to control it, you can control it here. Okay, okay. Finally, then last one is today. Okay, year, date. Okay, so just I put in. Today date. Okay, so this one is I just delete part. Okay, today date. So here is I just put in here date. Okay, so okay, so here you can put the data here. Then plus sometimes when you input data, sometimes the questionnaire is a kind of the tricky. Some people write answer somewhere here, some irregularity, but if you find it's irregularity, but the very important information is appeared. Yeah. So in this case, sometimes I also prefer put in another column is a kind of memo. Memo is the paragraph that is actually when you data input, you have the kind of you can give the person to put more information. Okay, so I think this memo is sometimes very useful. That's why I also prefer put on here. Okay, so I just see description. Please write down information. Regular, regular data. Yeah, so something like that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is a okay, this is the end. So and the title so this is a title of that database. Then but you can just click on here. So it's automatically it's actually copied. So you want to change it. For example, you can send that the file data this one draft. So today is at 709. Okay, so the draft of the survey database. Okay, and also you want to change color. You can change color. Okay. Okay, and also you can change the sometime the okay okay picture. You can picture so it makes more beautiful so that it's more attractive to work with it. I don't know. Okay, this so this is the end of the. So this is we are now ready to have the publish it. So how we publish it? How you start the data input? You're going to the this one send. Okay. Okay. Send. So you can this link. Then you can this is too long, so you can just shorten the URL. So this is a you can make copy. So when you have this okay, this is a link. Okay. So this one is you can data input from anywhere. So if you have kind of you employ someone to the input data, you just share this information to them. So you can just share this one so this you can take people can start input data. Let's see how it works. Okay, so now it's ready to input. So I just put on here. Okay, John Murray. I don't know. Your birth, it's 9,800. 9,800. Gender is male. Okay, what he has a TV computer. Yes, very much. And okay, friends. And today, what today is okay. Memo. Okay, the memo is here. There's no memo, so okay, so they can submit. Okay, then you want to another submission. Okay, now it's okay. Betty Gates, 1990, female, order by smartphone. Yes. Okay. 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 Today's okay. Submit like this. Okay. So let's see how it works, how it is inputted. Now I'll go back to this editor mode. Okay, this editor mode, you can see now we have those two responses here. Okay, so you have the data is already input like this. Okay, now it looks okay. Then sometimes you want to change some part. You want to change how we asked. You can just change it directly to put here. For example, year birth. So you can just put more 900 20 this. Okay, so it's automatically input. If you want to you mistypo, you just Control Z. So you just go back to the original version. Okay. But this time, okay, I just change it 900, 99, sorry, 900 to 20. Okay. So let's see how it works. Now I go back to the copy. So you can see the question is also changed. Okay. So it's very, very flexible. And also, now go back to the here, back to the editor mode. So you want to share this editor mode. You want to edit with your colleague. So you can just share this questionnaire editor mode with your friend. So you got going to more. So you can just add collaborators. So you can just change it. Now they restrict only people added can open this link, but you can change it. So not restricted, anyone with link. So editor. So if you copy the link, copy link, done. So now, okay, this is the data. Okay, data. So this is a link of the data editor. So that means if you share this link with somebody, anybody, so with this link, so they can edit. Also, you can see that the contents of this. So a bit tricky. So you must have a kind of the, if you don't want to, please, you can't share with anybody because anybody can change it to the contents. Okay. So when you share this, so they only share this data input. Okay. Okay, this is the end of the how we construct the data input form. Right. Now I'm going to explain how we manage data after you input data. Okay. Okay. This is the data we have. Okay. Then you have two responses. And so you can just check, you see that the individual information, okay? Then now to manage data, for example, do you want to review, you want to correct the data input, you need to export it to that another spreadsheet. So Google Form does not allow you to input the review or change the data from here. So you need to extract it, transfer it to the another format. So this is the button. So first you go to response. Then you can see this button, create spreadsheet. Then they're asking that is it okay to create a new spreadsheet? Yes. Then I just go to create. Okay. So this is the data data input. So okay, this data, this summary, and this one is a linked. So where you can see that the link, this one is linked to each other. Okay. 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 For example, you want to change it. For example, you just you find that this ES need to change, you can change directly here. Okay, like this. Okay. Okay. Then when one of the now tricky stuff is that now from now, this one can be used for the change. But imagine when you have this one, when you want to compare that what is written and what is actually data input, you need to compare to both like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, this part, yeah, it's actually very time consuming. And it very even, okay, this one looks okay, but when you have a printed so many pages, it's very difficult to check it one by one. So you need to export it to another form. So that's why you need a kind of another database. However, the Google form does not have a kind of the interface function. So you need to use another application. That is a Libre database. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now I'm going to the next session. Okay. 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 Now just change it. So we finished this part. Now we are introducing the Libre base for the data check and the correction. So Libre base is kind of the free version of the Microsoft Access. So if you have Microsoft Access, you can do it. It's very similar stuff. But the good thing is that it's free. So anyone can construct construct the database without any cost, price. Okay, and also the good thing that you have just another software. This is Excel, kind of the free version Excel. Okay, so this time we use this two application. First, you need to install that LibreOffice. It's very easy. So I just explained how to do it. Okay, you go into the now. Okay, so you can see that the tab. So you just simply the LibreOffice. Okay, so you can just the LibreOffice. So simply you can download. That's it. And then you can choose. These are the latest. This one more stable. It's up to you. So you just download here. Then the automatically download will start. Okay. 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 Since I already downloaded, I just stopped. Okay. Then once you have the successfully downloaded, you just in Libre. You can just Libre base. So you can just Libre base, Libre Calc. Okay. You have the Libre base, LibreOffice, the Libre Calc. So those are actually the software we are using now. Okay. Then now, okay, so how can we transfer the data from Google Sheet to the Libre base? You need to use that Google Calc. So how to do it? So, okay, this is actually data. Yeah, data input. Okay, so you can go to the file. This is a Google Sheet. Google Sheet. Okay, Google Sheet file, and you can download here. Okay, then you can choose not the Excel. This one, open document format. So this is actually used for the Libre Calc. Okay. Then after a few minutes, sorry, a few seconds, it has this. This is actually data. Then if it is actually after you install the Google Calc, when you open, automatically that the Google Calc is actually open up. Okay. Okay. So this is a timestamp, your name, year birth, gender. Okay. And today memo. Okay. Those are issue. Okay. Then how we from here, it's very easy to transfer this data into the Google base. Okay, I just open how to do it. Libre base. Okay, Libre base, Libre base. Okay, LibreOffice base. Okay. Then when you open, now first you need to set up the database. Okay, so simply just you click next. Okay, then just next and just finish. That's like that's it. Then you set up that each folder. So you just I put the on desktop. I make the new folder. Okay, database new. Okay, okay. Then I just put in this new database. Okay, I save it. So this is actually the how it look like that this LibreOffice base. So as it said, so this is the table and this is the form. So did you remember that the database have several interface? So it means that just I go back to this my presentation. Where is it? Oh yeah, this one. Okay. This one it shows that actually Google Calc. Okay, Google Calc. This is a kind of the Excel. It's similar to this Google spreadsheet, but it's a database. Okay, this Google Libre is more like this. So it means this one is table and this one is a form. Okay, then currently they're blank. Okay, they're blank. Okay, so we are using that. First, you need to have that table form from here. Okay. Okay, then here you just timestamp. So this is a Google Calc. Right? After you Google Calc, you just dragging down. Okay, memos. Okay, copy. Okay, later on, here is a paste. Okay, I just okay. Let me do it again. I do it here. It's a right click. You know that where you have a mouse, mouse. You have right click and paste. Okay. Then there are some options. So only you need to here to create a new field as a primary key. Okay. Okay. Just click on here. Next. Then this is actually existing column. So just to put on here. You can utilize all of the information here. Then next. Okay. So those, for example, you can just change. So have the, for example, year of birth. This one is actually the number. Okay. You can just change it if you want. Okay. But later on, you can change it. Anyway, you just to create. Okay. Now the table is actually created here. Okay, this one the same. It look like a Excel, but now I want to use it I want to use it to construct the interface by using this. Okay. The now form. Okay. Sorry. Now going to the here. Now I going to form. Then you can see the create form. Use the wizard to create form. Okay. So now you can see this one is the table. So what the table uses table. Then here use all of the data input form. Then next. Then next. Then here you can choose which type of which one is the best for you look like. So it look like this one is very similar. Okay, what do we have? Then just say the next. Then finish. Okay. So it has. So look at this. Now you have you just notice now. Okay, this one table, table. Okay. Now this form, you can see timestamp, name and year, mail. Okay, and click on this on the items. Those are actually the contents of those of the life. This table. Okay. So you can see that the control, you can check it whether it's nice. So for example, you put in a next record like this. Okay. So this one, it's easier for you to compare what is written and what is can write. Then from here, for example, good thing is that you can change it. For example, you can find it's that this day, it's not the 19, but the 2001. You can change it like this. Okay. Okay. So this is actually database. So it's now easy to modify it. Though it's very simple, but it's sometimes very useful for especially for the checking the data, especially for the thousand data. Okay. Okay. Now we just change it, save it. Okay, then you just okay. Good. So now next time you go to form, you can just directly to change it to the from here. Okay. Then, but you want to, for example, you want modify that the placement over here. Okay. So here you're going to form, name it here, edit. Okay. So this is a kind of the editor form. So just put the okay, select. So you want to change day to date, memo. Okay. You want to change the placement. Just okay. Sorry, no. Oh, wait. Today, memo, like this. Okay. Okay. Or you want to change it like here the placement. Just name the ungroup. It's more like only this. Okay. Supposed to be here. Then group like this. It's very flexible. You can actually change the placement anywhere you want. Okay. Then also if you want to have a kind of title, okay, these are the okay, textbooks here, life, life, okay, okay, okay. You can put here, and also you want to, for example, you want to put some the logo mark. For example, this time I just use a Unido logo. You can find images. Okay. For example, you if you like it, this one, I just made a copy. Yeah. And it's not good, but it's must be more. Okay, okay, this one is better. Yeah, this one is better. Copy. I just put the Control C. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like this. Okay. Yeah. Like this. You can save it. So next time you want to change to input, look much better. Okay, so this is what actually going to have this database, very simple database. Of course, you may find that some irregularity because you want, for example, say you want to change it. No, this one the TV computer. You want to the checkbox. Yes, you can do it, but there's need kind of some skills, and there's plenty of the YouTube, there are plenty of the tutorials, so you can see the one by one to modify it at the end. But this is very basic, very basic. But I just want I hope you understand the whole structure. Okay, then up to you. It's my best combination. It doesn't mean that you have to follow all of this. If you may find that maybe spreadsheet is enough for you, then that in that case it's okay. You don't need to go into the Libre database. You just keep on the checking the data on this Google Sheet. It's okay, perfect. But the point is that the Google Sheet is, since it's tabulation, is sometimes very difficult to check, and sometimes it causes a lot of the mistakes, mistypos. So I really prefer to use that's kind of the database software. So that means that you can avoid any irregularity over it. Okay. Thank you very much. That's all for now.